Hey, what's up, guys? So I just got here about 10 minutes ago. Just sat down to glass within the first minute. First spot I looked, glassed up a 6-point elk shed. I don't mind it, but it's a curse. So now you want to go pick that thing up. It's white. It's probably been there for a few years. Let me flip this camera around. Let me show you. I'll put it on the spotting scope here in a second. I've been here before. One time still hunting, I found 6 elk sheds and a coon shed, but if you look right down there, there's that burnt or dead pine tree. Just up a little ways, about halfway between the bottom and that, there's a white 6-point elk shed over there. It's somewhere right over here. You won't be able to see it, but let me put it on the phone scope and I'll show you. Alright, I've got that zoomed in on the screen. You can see that elk shed just off center to the left. From here I can see the G1, G2, G3, G4, G5 and the main beam. So it's at least a 6-point elk shed laying right there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go hike and get it today or what's gonna happen, but I came out here to set some trail cameras, but it's been raining all day and this road is so muddy. I'm not even sure if I can make it down and back. So I pulled off here on a spot I've seen some elk and deer and coos deer before, and I'm just sitting here glassing. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I may end up hiking down and grabbing that shed, but I'll get back with you guys. Well, I'm hiking down to grab that elk shed. It's still across the canyon, but we might have another one right there. You can just see the tips maybe of a tine. I'm just starting to bell off this mountain. It's pretty cliffy or rocky on that side, but I'm gonna keep bailing down here. Let's see if that's a shed. Oh, it's definitely a shed. Looks pretty old. You can see it right down there. It's been raining all day, so it's super slick. I'm trying not to fall. It's old. Looks like it's pretty chewed up. But that happens a lot. You see one, hike down to grab it, and you end up finding 1 or 2 more. Looks like maybe another old 6-point. That's a nice antler. Pretty massive. Old and chalky, but man, it's still heavy. Got a small front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a big old 6-pointer. But let me keep bailing down this hillside, see what else we can find. Well, I'm still coming down this ridge. I found that old heavy 6 back up that way. Coming down this trail, I'm almost at the bottom of the canyon. And I look right there and there's another old shed. It's like a right side. I don't know if it's the match to this one or not. Looks about the same age. I'll bet it's the match. Let me grab this thing real quick. Man, does it look like that's gotta be the match. That thing is massive. Man, is it slippery. That's the right side. Oh, that's 2 antlers, and I still have that one I glassed up, so that'll be 3 by the time I get to it. Let's keep heading down here. Well, I bet this is a match. Pretty old chalky, but look at the mass on that thing. I can't even touch my fingers right there. This is one of the heaviest old chalky sets I think I've ever found. It's too bad it's all chewed up. It's probably about 7 to 10 years old at least. These got to weigh at least 10 pounds each. Well, that escalated quickly. I bet I've got 20 pounds of antler on there, plus my spotting scope, a chair, still have my bow, and that other antler is up here, maybe another half mile or so. So now I'm at the bottom of this drainage. I'm gonna hike east for a little bit and see if I can't find those landmarks where that shed was, but I'll get. All right, I think I'm at the bottom of the draw, where right below where that dead tree was. I think it's up there. I got my gear, those antlers, my backpack, and my bow stashed behind me. I'm gonna head up this hill, see if I can't find that antler. That'd be the 3rd one. So I found 2 on my way to go pick this one up. So I made it to that dead tree. So that shed should be up there about maybe another 100 yards or so. It's always a lot further away than it seems. I was way up on the side of there when I glassed up that shed. So I found 1, 2 on the way down. I went down the bottom of this draw. I finally saw this dead pine tree, so I headed straight up. And I know that shed's up here somewhere. All right, I know I'm getting closer. I remember there was that tree, and there was this big rock that had a split in it. And that shed's just up from there. Another 50 yards. So there's 2 landmarks. So I know I'm getting close. I could see this big round rock with a crack down the center. So that shed should be up here. I think I finally see it. Right there. It's older. It's not as old as those other ones though. It's got a cool G1 that comes like straight down. So I was up sitting on the side up there glassing. Hike down, up. Only problem, my base camp's back up there, so I gotta hike back down and back up. Let me get some pics. The base has been chewed on, 3rd's been chewed on, but it's not a bad bull. Maybe I'll get lucky and find the other side. All right, let's pick them up. Still got a little bit of color. Got a pretty good 4th. Back end's broken off. That 3rd's broken off, but that's a cool looking G1 that kind of comes straight down. Pretty good main beam. I'd say this is about 3-4 years old. So let me get down to the pack, see what else we can find. Oh, I got that shed. Made it back to my pack. This one's a pretty decent antler too. I bet this one's at least 8 pounds. So there's 3 pretty heavy sheds. It's too bad I couldn't get to them earlier. Those are Those have been some nice brown gold, but now they're just chalky pennies. But I keep heading down this draw. Might be some more antlers down here from the last 2 years. I haven't been in here in about 2-3 years. Maybe 2 years, I think. So I'm gonna head east, go down this draw, and maybe see if I can find some water. I might just set that for the evening. Well, I finally made it back to the truck. There's those 3 sheds that I found. There's that super heavy old chalky set, just super massive. Just carries his mass all the way back to his 5th. It's just crazy. And then that's the 6-point that I actually glassed up. Has that cool G1 that just hangs down. Well, here was last night's setup. So I decided just to set up a camp. I just have a little 2-man tent, put a tarp down. I've got a little inflatable mattress. And then I'll head down and set those cameras today. I don't think I slept very much. There was coyotes right outside my tent all night long. Just within 50 yards, just barking at me. Sorry about the sun, but there was 5 bucks last night just right there that just walked by about 200 yards when I was setting up this tent. It's only been one person drove by on this road. It was late last night, so I'm headed down south. We'll get those cams set up. Hopefully we'll glass something up. We might see something on the road on the way down. But I'm gonna pack up camp real quick and let's get the hell out of here. Check out that old rock house down there. Pretty freaking sweet. It's been raining like crazy. I can hear water just running down this canyon. I don't know if it always has water or just right now. Came down here to set some cameras, but there's water everywhere, so it seems almost pointless to set a cam at a water tank. But maybe it's just monsoon season. I don't remember there being so much water here last year. But anyways, I'm gonna keep heading up this trail, see where it goes. Well, I finally made it down. I set one camera close by a tank. There's another spot, there was a dry tank. I rolled up in there and there was a guy sitting in a blind. Jumped out of his blind, waving his arms, mad at me, but I mean, it's public land, it is what it is. It just as easily could have been me sitting up there and someone else rolling in on me. So I just got the second camera set up. It must have rained like crazy because this tank has so much water in it. But this looks like a pretty sweet spot. There's a couple of neat steep ridges. There's another one back there you can't really see. And it amazes me, this far down here, there's still elk droppings around this tank. I never would expect elk to be down this far, but I'm gonna probably head back up, see if I can do some glassing or maybe look for some more elk sheds. I thought I'd see some deer on the drive down this morning, but I didn't. So the only 5 deer I saw right when I was setting up my tent, those 5 bucks that walked by. But I'm gonna head back up and we'll catch up with you guys later. Check that out, I just got out of the truck, walking right past here. And here's a little 2-point deer shed. And it's even older. But it's a year or two old. Pretty crazy. Hopefully that's a good sign. Check out that baby snake in the water right there. I may get to a point where I can't climb down anymore. It's kind of what I'm worried about. Not maybe at this point. That looks super slick. And I'm walking side hill on this steep hill, a bunch of oak brush and whatnot. I turn to the right and there's a 6-point. Could be a brown, it could be from last year, I'm not sure. Just caught up in the brush right there. Let me pull it out of there. Well, it's a couple years old, but it's a decent 6. So a little bit of cracking even on the brown side right there. Pretty chalky and cracked on this side, but I'll take it. That's my 5th shed of the trip, so I should go and set trail cameras more often. See what else we can find. Oh, just came around this corner. And there's this nice 6 point right here. I would say that's a hard white. Could be a brown from this year. Man, this is some steep, nasty country. You can just see all this thick oak brush. Who knows how many sheds are actually in here. There's just no way to get around every little bush in here. Well, that's my second one in about the last 7 minutes, so let me get some pictures. All right, let's get them pulled out. Yeah, that's a brownie. That's a nice shed. It's not as heavy as those chalk sheds, but at least it's a brown. I'll take it, that's sweet. See what else we have the other side to this shed. If I can get through here. Looks like the same bull. Just broken off on his fourth. Maybe. I might pull it off and see. Let me get a picture. I think, I don't know. Still brown on that side. He's a little cracked on the other side. Let me pull it off and see. Yep, matched him up. That's the same bull. Got the same fronts. It's too bad he's broken on that sword. He's a pretty cool bull. Well, that's my third one. Third elk shed and fourth shed. About the last 2-3 hours, so let's see what else we can run into. Well, I'm almost back to the truck. Thought I had a rib bone. Nope, I got a giant shed right here. Didn't get much smaller than that, folks. So overall, not a bad day. Found 2 deer sheds and 3 pretty nice elk sheds. So I'll lay them out here in a little while. We'll see what we got. It's crazy. This shed's probably been off since March. It was lying tines up. When I picked it up, put it on my pack, it was hanging tines down and it's been bleeding. This doesn't happen very often, but twice on this trip, 2 of these antlers just smell horrible. They smell like a rotting carcass. Every once in a while you'll find an antler that's just like rotten from the blood. It literally smells like a dead animal. Well, here's what I ended up the trip with. My intention wasn't a shed trip, but once again I'm out setting cameras and glassing up sheds, so I got that super chalky set. The ones on the ends, that one is so heavy, just super massive. Then I found that other 6 point that I glassed up. Then today I found that deer shed, another 6 point. I found that set, and then I just found that spike right here on the way back to the truck. So not a bad weekend. Definitely some better bulls in here. They've got a lot longer tine length, definitely got some mass. They're a lot heavier antlers than we're used to picking up, so T and I will have to start getting back in here next year. But we've got a lot of exciting hunts coming up. We've got some archery bull elk hunts and some muley tags later in the year in November. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Stay tuned for more. We appreciate you guys watching. Like and share as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching the channel. Well, I'm all loaded up, ready to go. It's time to bounce out of here. It's Sunday afternoon, probably about 5:30.